So, you want to fail as a writer and make sure that you fade away into obscurity like so many writers do. Don't worry, I've got you covered. No silly old success for you. And we are going to achieve that total lack of success with 5 non-pro tips. Tip number 1, never listen to anyone else's opinion of your work. After all, what do they know, eh? They're not writers, so they simply cannot comprehend the suffering that you devote to your art, plus the fact that at least 5 adverbs are required in any given sentence. Oh, hold on, they are writers. Well, they're just blatantly jealous of you and your amazing ability to start each of your novels with 6 pages of purple prose about weather. Not to mention your dizzying capability for changing characters' names throughout the entire book. And besides, writers have no business interfering with the work of other writers. Simply tell them to stick to their own lane and let you speed along yours while getting drunk on your own magnificence. Tip number 2, always trust your instincts and just stick with your first draft. Second drafts, my friends, are for total losers, and third drafts are for snowflakes. Don't even get me started on 4th and 5th drafts. Your first draft is the purest form of your creativity. After that, all you're doing is diluting your vision, man. I mean, do you seriously think that Leonardo da Vinci did more than 1 draft of the Mona Lisa? Oh, he did 2 versions of it? What a total loser. Couldn't paint to save his life. Tip number 3, nothing is ever your fault. You are brilliant, and so if some stupid reader doesn't appreciate your work, then that's their problem. They clearly didn't take the time required to read your book or script properly, and so they've only got themselves to blame. They're fools to themselves, I tells you. Oh yes, there's always someone else to blame. Sometimes you might have to look pretty hard, but there's always someone whose actual fault this happens to be. Because taking responsibility for your own work is strictly for the lily-livered. Non-pro tip number 3.5. Definitely don't join my online writing community, the Fantasia Lounge. Who needs all that ridiculous camaraderie and mutual support and hanging out with other writers while building your confidence and developing your skills and dealing with your fears? Those benefits are absolutely not for you, so do not go looking for the link to my community in the video description. I forbid it. Non-pro tip number 4. Always chase trends and write what's popular. Passion is overrated. Forget what you actually feel excited about writing. Just simply keep an eye on what's blowing up and then jump straight onto the nearest bandwagon of a genre that you have no love for. The results are guaranteed to be very readable, and you are guaranteed to sell millions and millions of books. Because what definitely won't happen is that by the time your book comes out, the trend will have moved on, and so no one will care about your late entry to this subgenre. No, never gonna happen, my friend. On to the wagon with you. Number 5. Do not write a word. I mean it. Never write one single word. You know why? Because then you will always be a genius and you will never ever fail at writing. When you keep your pages blank, you simply cannot lose. And you can tell everyone you meet at parties and your partner, who definitely isn't sick of hearing about this, how you could totally write a best-selling novel if only you had the time. I hope you've enjoyed these 5.5 ways to fail. If for some bizarre reason you fancy checking out how to win as a writer instead, then you'll want to watch this video here. It's all about having too many story ideas and how to pick one and run with it and win at writing. I know, how weird. Thanks for joining me, and write like hell.